League glass. But without any further delay, let's get right into it. We got Flipside Tactics against the Flying Dutchmen. Give me a shout with the volume. Oh, let me turn off that. That text is completely wrong. We're no longer watching Lachinio versus Over Zero.
Of course, the winner will go to the lower bracket final. Let's go ahead and toss it up to your casters.
Thanks so much, Golden Boy. I'm Wave Funk, joined here by Findable Carpet and Findable. We have Flying Dutchman versus Flipside Tactic. The winner goes on to play Northern Game.
Thanks for the cheer, my friend. I appreciate it.
To say this mountain is steep is an understatement.
Yeah, right, there we go.
Easy cruise through the park. Yeah, right? No big deal. Not very difficult. But we have two teams right now. Flipside Tactics.
Beautiful.
As Kip said, they've been almost 11 months.
Yeah, but give me a shout if the volume's fine for the casters. I want you guys to be able to hear me loud and clear, but when I'm not speaking, it's nice to have some background noise. Another cheer. What is this? Thanks for the cheers, dude. The splinky noises are great.
With their best might, iBuyPower has beaten all three of the remaining European
Bleh.
teams, Flipside, Northern Gaming, and the Flying Dutchman. The Flying Dutchman was the only 3-0 out of that group.
Of course, IBP did actually take down every EU team apart from Mocket Mocket EU, who did fall pretty early. I'm just turning down the volume of that bit alert notification. There we go, because it's pretty loud.
The predictions are definitely in Flipside's favor. I'm not going to agree or disagree. Like I said, I refuse to do predictions.
I don't know why Carpet refuses to do predictions. I really don't know why. I want to hear his predictions, man. I want to hear the predictions. Alright, there we go. That's a bit of a quieter bit alert now. You can't hear the casters at all? I'll turn it up.
In the qualifier stage, we know that Jesse has done really well. You know, he got the nickname Lionel.
This is weird. Like most of the other videos on the RLCS YouTube channel. Oh, there's the caster balcony. I'll actually pause this so you guys can get a good look at it, because I know that this wasn't visible for very much of the time on stream. But yeah, the casters were just up on a balcony, and then behind them is the crowd, and then the crowd is looking to the, well, to the left. The crowd is facing like this way. That way. the direction my mouse is moving.
Excited to see where this is going to go.
Like I said, Jesse, he's played really well. He's been a
There's
little...
that's like the Twitch staff and Psionics, what do you call it? But what did you call it? A balcony or a gallery? Yeah, the gallery with all of the Psionics people. I was a bit disappointed they didn't open that up to the public, because it would have been cool to watch it from up there.
Definitely still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Dogu, amazing
It's too dark in your room. You can't hear them. Turn it up. Alright, dude. What are my thoughts on an amateur tournament for people that are in challenger ranks? I think it would be a good idea. Well, there's no rank restriction to joining tournaments like Gfinity and stuff like that.
Just kind of letting Cookster take the lead, or letting Cookster go up in front, which is a really smart decision.
There's Cookster97 with the colourful haircut.
The guy is insane. I've seen him take shots from the most
Marky Duda drinking gallons of water because there's nothing else to do when you're waiting for the game to start.
He loves that Batmobile.
Can you be mod? You'll help me? No, you can't. Asking for mod is not a good way to get mod. In fact, there is no good way to get mod in this channel. You just can't. But you're decreasing your chances by asking, that's for sure.
This lower bracket match between Flipside Tactics and the Flying Dutchman will get
I think that
Flying Dutchman get the kickoff.
after Marky Duda did an interview after they beat Exodus in the previous round to this one in losers round 2. This is losers round 3. And Marky Duda said in that interview, the post-game interview, that they had never lost to the Flying Dutchman. And that's true. Flipside have never lost a series to the Flying Dutchman. Ever. So it's really difficult if you're the Flying Dutchman going into this series. Going up against a team that you've never beaten before. That's not easy. And I mean, part of the reason, let me just highlight, this is part of the reason why the Flying Dutchman always struggled against Flipside. Look at this rotation by Dogu. Right there. You have everything on the screen right now. That's all that you need to know, or all that you need to see to understand why the Flying Dutchmen struggle against Flipside. Imagine right here that this ball from Marky Duda goes high over the goal. Are Jesse or Dogu ready to defend that? No, they're absolutely not ready to defend that. And that's because the defensive strategy that the Flying Dutchmen used is not too dissimilar to IBP's defensive strategy, except that the Dutchmen are not using the wall as much as IBP did. nobody's ready to go up on that wall. So if the ball were to roll up the wall and go high over the net or hit the ceiling, then Dogu and Jesse are just screwed because they're so flat-footed, they'd be just flying straight up in the air at best, and at worst, they'd be having to like reverse, turn off ball cam to see where they are. And this is just in a nutshell why the Flying Dutchmen struggled against teams like Flipside and Northern Gaming historically, formerly Weedham Girls, because they're just too congested at the back. Dogu should be making a wider line here to get ready to use the wall if he has to. And this will be a recurring issue throughout the series, so I thought I'd point it out right now.
Side tactics. Bogan able to send that one up to midfield. Cookser passes over to Mike, who pops it straight up in the middle. Dogu now in the air. Actually gonna let that one go. Let Bogan
Only you meant something like an only challenger player tourney? Well, only challenger player tourney is kind of hard because how do you know that the players are actually challenger and they're not just tanking their ratings so that they can go and play in a challenger game, challenger player tourney?
Gives it to Cookser. Tries to push this across the line, but Jesse rotating in, keeps that pressure on. It's going to drop down in front of the net. Vogan's up for this one, but he can't get it through. Marky Dudas sends it away.
Just in time, Flipside Tactics is able to come across net. They might be putting themselves in slightly risky situations, but they have the skill.
Alright, Mike's actually going ahead of the ball right here. Pretty good back pass as well. Pretty creative stuff from Mike.
Mike rolls, misses on the wall and leaves the ball down with Jesse.
Asmund, I appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words, dude.
Last line of defense, able to push it up and into the orange. Cookser responds very quickly. Marky pops that one up. Anyone be able to finish this? Jesse's the first one to the ball. Mike rules with a shot towards the net. A nice save from Bogan. This pressure from Flipside starting.
I think I know what goal is about to happen here. Oh no. Oh yeah. Check out this goal. I remember this one. This is one of the best goals of the LAN. Look at Cooks right here. This is incredible. Just what? I don't think the casters even noticed what happened here because they would be losing their minds if they saw this. And I forgive them for not seeing it because honestly, this is crazy. Reversing up the wall and then popping it off with the first jump and then just doing basically an air dribble. But he didn't even need the dodge. He just directed it onto the net. Look at that. That's insane. Just Cooks is an absolute beast. Look at this goal. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. Jesse and Dogu, they see Cookser reversing up the wall here. You can kind of forgive them for getting outplayed, but Dogu really shouldn't be driving forward. He should just leave Jesse to challenge and stay where he is because Cookser just completely outplays Dogu. And Vogan's too slow to get back either, as well. Like, straight up 1v3 by Cookser97. Just ridiculous goal. Ridiculous goal. At the highest level of competition as well. Just unbelievable.
3:07 left to go on the clock. Flipside early to score here. The 1-0 lead. Bogan gonna end up with ball control.
The players didn't use their real Steam accounts because this isn't being played on the online servers. It's on a different game client. It's like specially made for the LAN.
Cookser gets a touch on it, but Dogu able to get the demo. Mike keeps it in the corner. So far, the Flying Dutchmen have been able to maintain a nice offense.
Cooks isn't even that good. He's only the best in the world. You're not wrong.
Towards the net, it goes wide. Oh no!
Oh!
Dogu puts it in, and that's Flipside up by 2.
I don't remember this goal. That's brutal. Hashtag best defender in the world right there. Just things Lawler says. Oh, Dogu. That feels bad, man. I guess the only thing I can say about this is Dogu's line back to net doesn't really make sense. Like, if we look at the angle that Dogu is taking right there, he's kind of setting himself up for the misplay, if you know what I mean. He's setting himself up for the disaster because there are times where the ball's going to bounce straight back at him, and if it happens like that, he can't really do anything but misplay. I'd also like to highlight, look at Mike right here. he's just loving it. Mike's having a great laugh. I'm going to back it up and watch the Flipside player cams. Oh, whoops. Where's the Flipside player cam start? There it is. Look at them. Mike's just having a great laugh. Marky's glancing across to see if Dogu's like tilted off his chair. Yeah, but Dogu should really be taking a bit of a wider line so that he can be driving forward at the ball and hit it into the corner rather than going straight back at the ball and giving himself a chance to own goal it like this. Stream low 5 or A money vs Cucks. Why? Why would I want to see Cuxer smashing low 5 or A money in ones?
Here comes Flipside up and into the blue again. Jesse pops this one high. Dogu rotates out of goal as Cuxer moves up to keep the pressure on. He falls back, realizing it was a mistake, and now has ball control.
Oh, Marky did actually get that pinch.
Nice redirect from Cuxer onto net, but Jesse with the save.
This is exactly what Marky Duda should probably let Cuxer take the reins. He has just been a menace up in the half of the flying.
Yeah, that's exactly why Marky should just let Cuxer take the reins. I like that from Carpet. I know Cux is good, but come on, Marky, get out the way.
But saw Marky coming in, and second thought his touch. Now the ball gonna be on the far side where Vogan is waiting. Pops it towards the net. All three Flipside players get drawn out, but there's a lot.
I mean, all three Flipside players are up there, but it's not like the recovery time isn't bad. It's only really bad if all three players go up. Like, let's say the ball is up in this sort of area. I'm gonna get my pen thing. Let's just, if the ball's like up this high above the goal and you have three players flying up to it, then that's bad because they're all going to have really, you know, long recovery times. This player is going to fall over this direction. This player is maybe going to get onto the wall on a good day, and this player is going to fall over here. But if you have the ball like in a low sort of position like it was right here, and we have, you know, two players, one on the wall, one just jumping, and the other, you know, going out from the goal. That's not a disaster as long as they don't dunk on each other. All three of these players are going to recover pretty quickly. So, like, there are times where actually sending multiple players to the ball is more of a safety net than a hindrance. It's not terrible. It's better to send two people to the ball than nobody. You have to remember that. Better to send two people to the ball than nobody. One is ideal, but, you know, why not send two who have a short recovery time, and then they're both covering for each other, because if one player misses, the other's got him covered.
Too many Flying Dutchman players dedicated to the save here. Jesse taps it off the wall, tries to chase it, as well as Dogu coming to follow with.
See, right there, that recovery time by Jesse, or by Dogu and Vogan, I think it was, is not good, because both of them are making double jump challenges. When you challenge with a double jump, the quickest way back to where you started is boosting back down to the ground, doing a quick U-turn and going back the way you came, which does not happen quickly. Oh, Mike. Doing one of my favorite moves to do myself, like the, oh crap, the ball is actually much higher than I thought it was, and now I'm missing. Hitting it the wrong way. Move. What happened to Mock NA? Low 5 didn't want to play competitive anymore. Rizzo didn't want to play competitive anymore. So they kind of just ceased to exist. They didn't make the LAN and they kind of like gave up. Nice dunk by Mike. Why did Marky change cars mid-LAN? Marky is very aware of placebo effect and how powerful it can be. Okay, that was weird. Cucks just missed. I'm not sure if Mike bumped him by mistake there. So, Marky didn't feel like he was playing well with the Marauder against Kings of Urban, so he made the small change of changing to the Octane, which is a very similar car, and also a car that Marky's put thousands of hours into. So it's more of a comfort thing. That whiff by Dogu actually worked out very well because it got Marky and Mike to jump, and then Vogan had to tap in. Why would they give up after one failure? There's another RLCS next month. Well, a lot of teams that are disbanding, you have to remember that some people just don't believe in their team. Like, it sounds like a harsh thing to say, but I guarantee you that the Flying Dutchmen did not believe in themselves having a real chance to win RLCS LAN. Not only this one, but future RLCS LANs. I guarantee you these guys did not believe in themselves to win, and they don't believe in themselves to win future ones. That's why they disbanded. They're looking for a team that they really believe in. And you can't really fault that, that's just competitive nature. Nothing wrong with looking for a better team.
They got a little bit of help from the Flying Dutchman there. That second goal coming on an unfortunate touch from, I think it was Vogan who sent that one into his own.
Is there a new Mocha EU team? I don't think so, not yet, but there might be in the future.
Yeah, I mean, what I did see, the mistakes coming from Flipside Tactics, they, you know, there were a few times they didn't, I don't know if it was trust or just a matter of like, I know I can have a really good hit, I'm going to go for this. Sure. And if you don't communicate that with your teammates, you'll see two people go for it. The Flying Dutchmen were taking a little bit too long to put a lot of pressure on. We'd see them.
But that's not a good start for the Flying Dutchmen. They just gave Flipside so much space, they didn't defend very well. Flipside were just peppering the backboard, and
Flying Dutchman can put
Pretty,
pressure.
I mean, pretty comfortable defending as well for Flipside, apart from the fake by Dogu into the goal by Vogan at the end there. It really didn't look like the Flying Dutchman had much in the way of pressure.
Saw exactly that, where you saw 3 players from the flip side go up for the same ball.
How can you give advice criticism to a twos player or partner without it seeming like you're blaming everything on them? Do you mean during game with a random partner, or do you mean you're talking to a buddy who you're queuing up with for lots of games in a row? Because those are two very, very different situations. If you're trying to encourage a random guy that you've just queued up with for the first time, good to see Flipside and good spirits right here. But what I was saying, so if you're just randomly queuing up with somebody that you've never played with before, just try and keep it to a minimum. Like, don't say everything that you know they're doing wrong, for sure. Because if you point out everything that they're doing wrong and you're trying to help them too much, they're just going to hate you. So maybe say one thing. Say, I'm trying to be super, super overly positive with it. Don't give them a chance to think that you're being toxic. But on the other hand, if you're talking to a teammate, I would say just phrase things like we rather than you. Instead of things like, dude, you have to rotate quicker, or you have to challenge earlier, you have to do this, you have to do that. Say we, and it makes a big difference. Say stuff like, we need to challenge quicker, we need to rotate faster, we need to do this, because then it makes it sound as if you're not blaming them, you're actually just helping, or looking to help the team as a whole. All TFD players aren't good enough to be on teams capable of winning RLCS. Well, I mean, put any member of TFD on a team with Marky Duda and Cuxer, or Cuxer Mike, or Mike and Marky, you'd probably have a pretty good team who have a chance of winning RLCS, to be fair. Like, you don't need 3 all-star players, you just need enough star quality in one team, and then, you know, good teamwork. That's why TFD disbanded, they just didn't feel like they had enough star quality in their team. But they're looking to make different teams between them. Is a misplay by Wavepuck to have his tie tucked in? No, I think that's fine. What do I think about Pashy at the LAN? Well, overall I think Pashy and Siki were the worst performers at the LAN. Maybe Fireburner, Sad Jr. are the next 2 worst, but I mean, there's always going to be people who have the worst performances, and with Mocket EU and Kings of Urban going home on day 1, you've got to, you know, point the finger at their players. What a shot by Mike, well done. Yeah, Dogu, not sure what he was doing there, taking himself out of the game. Good power clear by Mike though, putting the pressure on the TFD lineup. RLCS 2 rules that there can't be 2 teams owned by the same org. What, even in NA EU, so Mocket have to pick one? I certainly hope that's the case, because it's overall a good thing to encourage more orgs and diversity. What's the biggest tip I can give to an advanced player trying to get out of regular play and into the pros? Consistency. Pretty close right there. Just consistency, dude.
So close, and you mentioned that Dogu was going to come up and he changed his mind. If he had just been a little bit closer when that play had unfolded, he would have been able to take a shot, or at least stop that from turning into...
Is it a misplay for Siki to be ginger? Oh dear. Well, I mean, I'm from Scotland, which has the highest population of gingers per capita in the world. Oh, wow, what a shot. Holy. That's just nuts by Cux. So quick underneath the crossbar. That's crazy speed. What up, X-Bones? How you doing, man? Any idea where the next RLCS will be? I heard Europe, but don't take my word for it. That's not an official or a secret piece of knowledge, that's just what I heard. It rolls up in a way that takes it away from the goal. Now Dogu with ball control transitions this one out. Jesse and Vogan moving up kind of as a unit. They steal the midfield boost with the pop out from Mike. It's up to Vogan to get this one away from his own goal. Do you reckon they will fix when cars flip and get stuck on the ground? I don't really know what problem that is. How do I feel about Eden Rock and Roll? I don't know if I'm familiar with it, buddy.
That was a close one there. A 1-2-3 touch from Flipside.
Let me open it up in another tab. I'll listen to it later. I do like Eden. Big fan. Oh dear. Best defender in the world. He's at his shenanigans again. You have to forgive me. Like, I feel really bad for Dogu, because it's kind of just a joke calling him best defender in the world, because in one of the casts, Lawler called Dogu the best defender in the world, so ever since then, whenever Dogu makes a misplay in defense, it's hashtag best defender in the world. But it's not Dogu's fault. Like, he didn't ask for that. He didn't call himself the best defender in the world, nor does he think that he is. Dogu's a good kid. Oh, Marky with the Marky Duda-ist of goals of all time. This is classic Marky right here. What a poo goal. Bang! I can hear him saying bang as he knocks it into the line. Into the goal, rather. Any chance of a delayed flick tutorial? There's definitely a chance. It's a pretty bad first touch by Marky. Pretty heavy first touch. The delayed flick working fantastically well for Dark XRL. I'm happy for you, dude. Good to hear that it's working so well for you. 4v4 plausible with larger fields? Absolutely. I would love it if there was like a setting in custom maps that you could increase the field size exponentially. Does Marky genuinely say bang for most shots? Not most shots, but he definitely goes bang! Like, a lot while playing. It's good fun. Oh dear. Jesse just getting dunked on. Dogu coming off the line at a bad time, but they are 3-0 down, so cheating up is a little bit forgivable. They were trying to make a comeback happen after all. You played against a fake Johnny Boy. That's weird. Weird, dude.
Not really an option at this point. Cooks are also just going to maintain ball control and just try to keep it away from the Flying Dutchmen, let the game end earlier.
While this is the team, you definitely need to respect their capabilities and the touches they make. If you do it too much, you just allow.
Yeah, the Flying Dutchmen just don't look threatening against Flipside at all. They just can't get any real pressure going. That's the biggest issue for them. They just can't get any pressure going at all.
Oh, he flips out of the way at the last moment. Flipside Tactics going to be able to shut them out here in game number 2.
How do I feel about Flipside to Greasy? Feels good, man. Feels good, man. Of course I'm going to miss Flipside Mike, but Flipside Greasy is pretty cool as well.
The Flying Dutchmen are the exact opposite. They formed together just before the qualifier for the RLCS, just to make a team for it. They had run each other in ranked. Bogan was looking for some teammates. He found Jesse and Dogu, who had been playing together for quite some time, and he's like, you know what, let's make a team. And they've done so well. They've made it this far. But just to see the contrast of a team that's been together almost as long as Rocket League's existed, and then a team that formed just for this
Mike feels bad, man.
Go head to head. It's really cool.
Right, yeah, the Flying Dutchmen, they found that kind of organic.
But now, somebody asked earlier, is it a misplay for Wave to tuck in that tie? Absolutely not. Imagine how silly that would look like on the outside of the 2-piece, or the 3-piece suit. Nah. Opinions on Greasy's hair. The wave at the front of Greasy's hair. Yeah, it looks alright. Dogu's got some pretty fantastic hair, look at that. What a sweep. But of course Cuxer with the rainbow hair. Looking good. Marky. Marky knows he's on camera. He actually turned around there to see if he was on the big screen. He knew. He just saw the camera looking at him and he gave it the bedroom eyes. If not Greasy, who would I have chosen for Flipside? I don't know, Maestro, Remco probably. Kronovi. They're probably like the best options, I guess. Oh, what a shot. Dogu really on point with that shot. It's a decent save though from Flipside. You saw me in the bathroom at RLCS. Dude, what were you doing spying on me in the bathroom? That's what I want to know. Did you say hello? Or like, hello? Say what up in the bathroom? You want to see a huge tournament with draft players? I probably can't see that happening because it would be tough to get sponsors involved in that and organizations if all the players are just random. It would be cool though. Maybe it wouldn't be huge, but it could be like a decent sized tournament. Should have talked to me while I was peeing? Dude, that's like against the rules. Alright, Cuxer should have scored there. Oh, what a shot. Mike with a rescue. Cuxer's miss. That was a great pass by Marky though. Marky really facilitating that goal. Dogu and Vogan both missing, I think it was. Or was it Dogu and Jesse? Two Dutchmen missing right there. Not great. What would be the best cross-Atlantic dream team? Probably just Flipside, I guess. Oh my word. Vogan with another defensive whiff. I say another because he had a couple of bad ones in the series against IBP. He just completely whiffs the ball right there. Is Kronovi a good choice for F3? Well, I mean, Kronovi is Kronovi. He's the most popular player in the world. Very naturally talented and proven LAN boy, so definitely a good choice. For me, he was the best player for IBP at the LAN. And Northern Gaming, aka Weedham Girls, were the best team besides Flipside. So they're the teams that you really want to be looking at if you want to find a replacement for Mike, because Mike really is one of the best players in the world. Hard to replace. But yeah, it would be pretty weird trying to get a... I don't know what the rules would be on getting an American player in EU for RLCS 2 or vice versa, an EU player in America. Like, let's say somebody just went on a exchange with from university and they were in America for 3 months. Would they be allowed to play RLCS 2 in America? I don't know. Jacob Marky Cox, yeah, that would be pretty cool. Jacob's definitely one of the best players in NA. Why is Mike leaving F3? Personal reasons, dude. Is Greasy an improvement to Flipside, do I think? I think Flipside will be improved, but I mean directly, Greasy and Mike have different qualities and different weaknesses. I think that Greasy's more coachable as a player. I think that Mike is probably more solid than Greasy. He has better game sense. Greasy causes more problems, especially in the air for the other team. They both have different strengths. But the main difference between Mike and Greasy is Greasy's more willing to kind of embrace esports as a concept than Mike is. Mike's still a little bit, he's withholding himself from fully committing to esports for personal, well, it's for personal reasons, so I mean, we're not going to fault him for that. Real life always comes before Rocket League and esports for a reason. But Greasy's more ready to just embrace esports and everything involved in that than Mike is. But yeah, this is like probably one of the most comfortable series of the whole tournament. IBP against the Flying Dutchman is pretty comfortable win for IBP. Flipside against Dutchman, pretty comfortable win for Flipside. Northern Gaming against Genesis was a pretty comfortable win. I think they're the three most one-sided. The three most one-sided best of series of the LAN. Two of them involving the Dutchmen. Like, the Dutchmen, you can understand why they disbanded. They came fourth, but they got completely rinsed by IBP and Flipside. So, you can understand why they didn't really believe in themselves and their future chances of winning an RLCS. Oh my goodness. Marky got a little bit close, too close for comfort there. Cuxer with the Batmobile wobble, but quick recovery. You really have to get used to the Batmobile wobble if you're going to play this car. And Mike nearly setting up a goal for Dogu by bumping Cuxer off the ball. Oh. The most... It's a bit of a weird play, just the most boring goal. Oh, Mike was on the wall. He was still recovering. Or Marky. Somebody was still recovering on the wall.
136 left to go, about a goal every 30 seconds.
Do I think a team should be really well-rounded or just good at one thing? Of course, well-rounded. That's a easy answer. What do I think separates good players from elite players other than experience, game time, consistency, flair, experience, game time, individual skill, of course. Doesn't just come with time, but efficient practice. The mental game is always a big aspect, especially at the LAN. Communication. Like, there's a lot that goes into a team besides experience and game time. Oh, what a finish. That's such a quick up and down by Cox.
He also called it 3-0.
What a touch.
Don't let that.
Just put one more.
Why was Mike always so salty? He wasn't salty, he was just like, you know, frowning because he really
59
wants to
seconds
win.
left to go. Flying Dutchman down by 4.
Yeah, another thing that separates good players from great players is... Oh, what was I going to say? Crap, I had another thing that I was going to mention, but I've forgotten. Oh well, rip. Am I going to coach Flipside? Maybe. I'm good friends with Flipside, so I'll definitely be working with them. Oh, Marky with the blind aerial here. Actually getting up before turning on ball cam. I was finding a little bit disappointed at it.
Pops it on just as he goes up, beating Jesse to the ball. That was cool.
41 seconds for the Brazil, and for Gibbs to be the greatest wizard of all time. See if they're able to pull it off. Jesse sent it onto the far wall. Logan behind him, but
Johnny, I need a quick tip. I've been playing defensive my entire Rocket League career. Sick rebound by Mike, by the way. But anyway, you want to start rising the ranks, you want to be more aggressive. Oh, the butt shot aerial. Nicely done. But anyway, I would just say play 1v1. Practice being aggressive. Just tackle every ball. Just rush it. Just don't think. Just rush every single ball. Yeah, Flipside love to ruin Brazil's. Marky mind gaming Vogan with the whiff.
They've come so far and fought so hard, but knowing when you have as big of a spread as they had with 2 minutes left, I'm sure it's really hard for them to keep on.
Can I watch the grand finals and watch the L Flipside took? What do you mean the L? Top 5 tropical fish. Good question. What counts as efficient practice? Efficient practice is just like actually thinking of things that you need to improve on and working on them deliberately. Not just like mindlessly playing games and not really thinking about what you need to improve on. But I think about the new Northern Gaming. They look good at the weekend, but they didn't really have any serious competition. Like, I don't think that they played against Supersonic Avengers or Flipside. Definitely not a full strength Flipside because Marky was on holiday. Good finish by Dogu. Do I think Cuxer could take 2 Challenger Elites to League play? Absolutely not. No way. There's far too much strong competition in Europe for Cuxer to take 2 Challenger Elites to League play. No. Who do I think was the MVP of the LAN that wasn't IBP? Cuxer. Cuxer might have even been MVP of the LAN, including IBP, but they had to give MVP to somebody from... they had to give MVP to somebody from IBP. For me, the MVP was Kronovi or Cuxer.
They're going to keep playing, they're going to keep fighting, and we will see plenty more of the Flying Dutchmen.
Look at Mike right here. You can see him mouthing good game. It looks like he's being sarcastic though. He's not. Look at this.
They're going to keep playing, they're going to keep fighting, and we
He's like, good game. Yeah, good game. I love Mike.
are determined. I know they're going to come back. They're going to keep playing, they're going to keep fighting, and we will see plenty more.
It just because of the lighting, it makes it look like he's being sarcastic.
Left in the RLCS International Finals.
Lachino saying that he had the hardest set of games. I mean, that's your own fault, dude. You qualified as 3rd seed. What do you expect? But you got to beat all the good teams if you want to win the LAN, so no big deal. I remember that transition wave is like, we have Golden Boy down to the stage, then Golden Boy was just like, oh crap, and he's like running around looking for somebody to interview because all the Flipside guys had left and they had to pull Marky back on, or Mike, they had to get somebody back on the stage.
Absolutely, but we'll get Marky's thoughts now about what they're going to be doing up against next, how they felt.
How different would I think the RLCS would have been had Flipside knocked IBP into the lower bracket? I think the Flipside would have won the LAN had that happened. That was pretty much the grand final right there.
Congratulations on your victory. You move on.
Cuxer's like 5'6" or something.
Finals to face off against Northern Gaming in EU Showdown, Clash of the Titans, and they're in. Marky, I just want to know.
Who's Marky waving at?
I feel pretty good. That was fun and comfortable, and we played well, so it's really good. Yeah.
Do you feel like you wanted
Easy for Marky.
Like that was a statement that you could make there, or do you just, your eyes were set to that lower bracket finals from the very beginning? You didn't care about who was in your way.
No, well, I mean, like, you're always aiming for the best you can get.
Voice crack.
We weren't thinking about anyone in that game except Flying Dutchmen, though. And,
Makes sense.
It's just like, wow, my voice won't stop cracking.
You come up here and you just drop bombs. All right, so Marky,
That wasn't really a bomb. That was kind of like respect. Like, he's saying that they weren't looking past the Flying Dutchman. Their job was to win against the Flying Dutchman. They're not thinking about who's waiting for them in the, you know, losers bracket finals and the grand finals. He's just thinking, yep, Flying Dutchmen are the team we need to beat, and that's who we're focusing on. So respect being shown to the opponents.
Northern Gaming, this is going to be a tough battle. Did you expect to face off against Northern Gaming here, or did you think it'd be Power Cosmic, given how Northern Gaming played yesterday?
Before the game, I was expecting IBP, but like quite early on, it was obvious that IBP are on fire at the moment. So, yeah, sort of halfway through the game, I thought it might be Northern we get.
Okay, so one final question before we toss it over to our analysts. Northern Gaming, Flipside Tactics, this is going to be a great game. Any words for your opponents?
Have fun.
It's giving him a lot. I don't know. They're giving you a
Have
lot of
fun.
material. You know what? We'll just let you go back and relax. Thank you so much, Marky. Give it up for Marky and Flip.
Marky needs to work in his trash talk. That was weak, dude. What a pansy. That was weak. I'm going to be having serious words with him about that. I didn't hear that interview because I actually went backstage to chat to Cux and Mike right after that game. That was the first time I heard that interview. Weak trash talk. Was that me screaming I love you? It was not actually me in that time. I did scream some things from the crowd, but I did not scream I love you at Marky because I wasn't in the crowd at that moment.
And then they gave it away. But still, at least they got it.
Do I think F3 playing somebody serious helped or hindered them against IBP? Probably helped them, actually, because they built up quite a win streak, but they just kind of hit a brick wall that was IBP defense, and they weren't sure how to get enough goals. They weren't able to get the goals that they needed. That could be goal of the tournament right there. That's such creativity by Cuxer. That's nuts.
Backwards to start that play.
Yeah, that was incredible. And then
He certainly did not show TFD respect. Well, he did with some of the things he said. He said that they were just thinking about beating TFD, which is showing TFD respect. And it's also, that's a good thing. Like, you've got to respect your opponents. You've got to respect your opponents. Oh dear, Dutchman defense is just, every time the ball's high over their net, the Dutchmen are just panicking. And Dogu really the only person who had any real threat in terms of shooting.
Look at that. Mike was in on the goal line and kept that one out.
Yeah, plus Marky was right behind him.
And then Lamau. What a goal by Vogan.
Look silly, but this is just nasty.
Yeah,
Brazil,
oh, that
Mike rules. I love you.
It was,
What a goal.
You know, Mike played very well, and like Marky said, you
All
could
players
just
should do
tell
karate?
that
Sure, why
Flipside
not?
was having fun back
Yeah, the
then.
next series is Flipside Tactics against Northern Gaming, dude.
The Flying Dutchman with
Then
the
Flipside against IBP.
right out of the gate. Flipside.
Turbo's new team? Could be good.
Plus, like,
Turbo Dogu a lot. Could be good.
for Northern Gaming, like,
I'm a bit concerned about their defense because Dogu and a lot are not that reliable defensively, but
literally just played, so they're going right
they
back
could be
on
good.
stage, so they're gonna be really warm
On
to face
stage,
Northern.
yeah, on stage, comfortable, and just
Dogu is not too dissimilar to Sniper Kid, but I'd say Dogu is a little bit more mechanically sound than Sniper.
From that last game, Mike Rules.
Mike Rules.
It's
the
yeah,
longtime veteran.
well deserved by
Everybody
Mike.
loves watching his stream. He is an entertainer, and he entertained us today in the series, stepping up big and getting the MVP.
You love this game and hate the game at the same time. What game? Like Rocket League or
That save he had was unbelievable.
the game against?
All Flipside just
Flipside.
controlled that game the entire way. And
Have I
there was
seen
no doubt
Squishy?
that
I've not seen him. I don't know what he looks like.
Flying Dutchman had any chance. Like, once we saw about 3 minutes in, we're like, man, this is over.
Manarb, that was a different interview. You're talking about the wrong interview, my friend.
This far in the first ever RLCS International
In the
Finals.
post-game interview, Marky was showing respect to TFT, but in the pre-game interview, they were not.
Of course, coming up next on stream, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to
Rocket League, you love it and you hate it?
Our next match will be a best of
Well, I
7
mean,
between
you're making a pretty good career out of it, so can't complain too much.
Tactics coming to the tournament. A lot of people are calling these two teams the best in the world, and the winner of that will move on to the grand final. You're watching the RLCS International Final. We're not too far away from crowning our champion. Stay tuned.
Axel Toss with the hype, even though he's completely stoned out of his guts. He's not really.